Chief Durson keeps doing it.
Yeah, if I can. I'm getting old, but I can't take the lemon out that fast.
This meeting is called to order at 7:10. Good evening, all. And I'm going to ask you to rise for the invocation led by Mr. Jackson, Councilman Jackson.
Lord, we'd like to thank you for this time of gathering together. I'd like to ask that you just be with each individual and us collectively as we look toward doing a business. Keep our hearts and minds in a place where they should be, treating each other with respect. For we ask it in Jesus' name.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well, we got to do a little thing with the public
We have a very
hearing.
special meeting this evening in conjunction with our regular council meeting. We have Brett Keller, who is going to explain a special grant that we have going on, and he's going to ask you to sign a form afterwards for that. So we'll see how we do that.
Yeah, only if you're willing.
Yeah.
It's just a sign.
Yeah. Can we call the roll and then let you get settled? Okay. Please call the roll.
Adams.
Here.
Jones.
Here.
Safrati.
Here.
Jackson.
Here.
Brownlee.
Here.
Turjansky.
Here.
Agee. Here. Albers.
Here. May I have a motion to temporarily adjourn the regular meeting of council to have a public hearing for the Cuyahoga County 2015 Competitive Municipal Grant Program, normally called the CMGE program. CBD.
So moved, Madam Chair.
So thank you. Second?
Second.
Go ahead, Brett.
Thank you, Madam President.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a comment, please.
No, we're calling the roll.
Adams. Jones. Yes. Safrati.
Yes.
Jackson.
Yes.
Brownlee.
No.
Turjansky.
Yes.
Agee.
Yes. Go ahead, Brett.
For the Cuyahoga County 2015 Municipal Block Grant, the City of Maple Heights is eligible to apply to $150,000 Federal Community Block Grants Fund administered by the county through the Department of Development. Funds can be used for a variety of housing, economic development, community improvements. We're here for this public hearing to get resident input on, to hear your voices and opinions on local housing, community and development needs. We have had luck in the past applying for grants in the City of Maple Heights. The CDBG national objectives are to benefit low and moderate income persons, aid in the prevention of elimination of slum or blight, and meet other urgent community needs. Eligible activities consist of infrastructure improvements, improvements to community centers. Government expenses are not included. Buildings for governmental use, like the City Hall, cannot be approved. Any regular maintenance, street repair, or political activities are not eligible. I have some information in the back of eligible projects that would be looked at by the county. It's a competitive grant. Last year, there's a total, last year, 6 communities received the $150,000, Maple Heights being one of them. Total funding by the county is $1,200,000. The program goes from January 15 to December 15, and we are only allowed to apply for one project. Here, for the public hearing, just wanted to get the public input. We will take, in order to apply for the grant, you must have had a public meeting, have sign-in sheets from residents. We take minutes and we apply it with the application, if council so chooses. So at this point, I will leave it up to the public to please sign in to be included in the grant application. And for any comment, we will take minutes. Thank you. Yes, please. Oh, you,
I just want to ask
Yeah,
a question
sure.
about what you said. You said that we received this grant last year.
yes.
What did we use it for?
Road resurfacing, infrastructure improvement project, Applegate was one of those streets.
Is it one of those grants that we have to, the city has to come up with some of the money and then you give us that money, or is it just?
No. It's if you spend, you could apply for less, and then there's nothing out of pocket, or you could apply for that. It's capped at $150. So you do a project worth $150,000. That's what you get.
Sir, would that money help bail out the city out? Can it help in that sense? We are in a bad way of money.
Understood.
No working capital, it's kind of rough to run the city.
Sure. Governmental expenses is an ineligible activity.
Running the city is not.
Yes, it's made from HUD to increase, to get rid of slum and blight in the areas. Trying to apply grants like a senior center upgrade to limited clientele, things like that.
Isn't there a grant available for demolition of blighted houses?
That is a part.
That's part of it, or is that additional to it?
No, as part of this project, that can be an eligible activity. It's a competitive grant, so last year's projects were safety lighting, infrastructure projects, street repairs. There was a community center that was funded, and a senior center renovation that was funded last year, and there was only six projects.
Thank you.
Yes.
Hello, sir. My name is Aaron Mitchell. 20100 McCracken Road. My question is, with experience of working with other nonprofit agencies and things, entities that matter. Sluggish Development, for instance, started out with neighborhood block clubs coming together and creating an organization. Would this opportunity allow Maple Heights an opportunity to kind of like purchase some of the vacant homes, maybe renovate those homes and rent those homes out with a revenue coming into the city, as opposed to going out to landlords and other people?
You could purchase property with the money, and that in turn becomes city property. Whatever you do after that is up to you. But you could purchase easements, right-of-ways, building, all other real property as part of this grant.
Sir,
Yes, Councilman.
like I represent District 1. Now I have 4 or 5 houses need demolished. Then I need about 4 or 5 streets repaved. Does that has to be specified in the grant, the street, the houses? And what is the guidelines to qualify? You said something about low income and that.
The county or HUD classified as an improvement target area, ITA, which most of Maple Heights fits into, or low moderate income, which the majority of Maple Heights fits into. Also, the third criteria is limited clientele, such as like a senior center or things like that. If you're applying to limited clientele, yes, to repave a street, you would need to tell the county, this is the street I want to do. Here are the limits. Here is my estimate, and they would take that into consideration.
Okay. Second part of the question. In applying for the grant, would there also be a provision that would allow like an apprenticeship program where people from Maple Heights to participate in the demolition or rehabilitation of the homes?
I could verify. You definitely demolition is included, and job training is also an eligible activity. I don't know if the county can't force someone to use a Maple Heights resident for a demolition. It's how you would structure the project. So job training is part of that eligible activity. Yes, guys.
Are there any programs that the city has already suggested doing?
For this application? No. We're kind of this is a kickoff, trying to, if we had, someone had great ideas, and we would go from there. But it's ultimately up to you what to apply for. Just wanted to get input. This is kind of the first thing, and there's various things that can be done. Too much for the small amount that we have, but it's worth to ask for that funding.
Is this the only opportunity for input, and then what are the deadlines?
The grant application is due September 16th, but council has to approve to apply. They have to approve the application at the next council meeting. You have to have 7 days prior to that legislation for it to fit in the criteria of the grant application.
So when's the deadline?
To apply, September 16th. But it has to have council legislation.
So as long as council were to approve it at any meeting prior to the 16th, it could be submitted in time.
Correct.
And how else can residents give their comments?
In the legal ad, it was specified that submit opinions in writing should be directed to Maple Heights, or directed to Maple Heights City Hall. So there is a write-in that we look at opinions. And
you mentioned an ad. Where is this ad?
It was posted in the paper, Plain Dealer. You have to advertise 7 days prior to the public hearing.
$150,000, it doesn't seem like it will do much for citywide projects, but it will do something because a drowning man will hold on to a straw, and as far as I hear, we are drowning. So you said something about $1 million?
That's total. That is total throughout the 51 counties that are part of this municipal block grant.
I was hoping you could apply for $1 million.
No, and then in the past community block grants, they did have mega grants where you could apply for larger values, but their funding has also diminished over time. Yes.
Go ahead.
I don't know if this is on or not, but people were talking about demolition. County Council is looking to sell a $50 million bond that will be distributed hopefully through a application process to Cuyahoga County. So eventually, hopefully, we will be able to get rid of some of these dilapidated homes. What I would like to see, and I don't know if this would work out, it would take the cooperation of council, and I know it's a very small amount of money, but I would like us to see doing some type of a rebate program for home repair where we could rebate the homeowner, not tenant, not landlord, a small percentage of what they invest in their home for repairs. I don't know if that is something that could be run via each council person, because I don't know how much more work our finance director could do, because there'd be a lot of little checks. But at least it would be an incentive and a little help for people to actually do some of their home repair.
Okay. If it's accepted, what's the time frame of receiving the funding?
The program year starts the January 1st. You cannot spend any money that you would want to get reimbursed until January 1st of 15.
Okay.
And then you have until December of that same year to spend it.
Who will be the physical agent to hold and disperse the money as the project moves forward?
You have to, once monies are spent, let's say for a road program, you have a contractor build your road, he submits a payment, the city pays, and you send it to the county checks, certified payroll, their thing from HUD, and then the reimbursement checks check comes into the city.
Okay, Brent, I think there are too many people here for you to stand and wait for them to sign. So if you'd like to just leave it at the back,
Yeah, that'd be great.
and those that, they don't all have to sign?
No,
Okay,
yes, I will leave the, there's 5 sheets. I'll leave them in the back.
okay.
All right. Thank you.
Thank
for
you
your
so
time.
much.
Thank you.
Yeah, I have a motion to reconvene the regular meeting of council.
So moved.
Second.
Call the roll.
Adams.
Yes.
Jones.
Yes.
Sefrati.
Yes.
Jackson.
Yes.
Brownlee.
Yes.
Strojanski.
Yes.
Agee.
Yes. There is no addendum this evening. May I have a motion to approve the minutes of May 7, 2014 as amended?
Second.
Call the roll, please.
Adams.
Yes.
Jones. Sefrati.
Yes.
Jackson.
Yes.
Brownlee.
Yes.
Strojanski.
Yes.
Agee.
Yes. Are there any communications this evening?
Yes, Madam Chair. From Mayor Jeffrey A. Lansky, the Mayor's Court Report for the month of July 2014. From the Ohio Division of Liquor Control, a request to the Legislative Authority to transfer a C liquor license from NIJU Investments, LLC, at 5270 Warrensville Center Road to 5270 WCRD Incorporated at 5270 Warrensville Center Road in the city of Maple Heights, Ohio. From the Ohio Division of Liquor Control, a request to the Legislative Authority to transfer a C liquor license from Al Faifa Sadik, doing business as Southgate Deli and Beverage at 5312 Warrensville Center Road, to Jasvinder K. Jill, doing business as Southgate Deli and Beverage, 5312 Warrensville Center Road, Maple Heights. From Mayor Jeffrey A. Lansky, a notice to council received on July 16, 2014, that he has vetoed Ordinance 2014-47, an ordinance to retain the money assessed to the residents for garbage and rubbish collections in the solid waste fund, and that no transfer of money may be completed unless council approves the transaction by resolution. We also have from Mayor Jeffrey Lansky a notice that he is withdrawing his veto of 2014-47. From the committee representing the petitioners for a charter amendment received by the Clerk of Council on August 5th, 2014, 56 petitions with signatures supporting an amendment to the charter of the City of Maple Heights to limit the use of photo monitoring devices to detect certain traffic law violations.
I don't believe there are any council committee reports, so if we'd like to move on to the department reports, please. For the Fire Department, Acting Chief Castellucci.
Thank you, Madam President. It's been a while, but it's good to be back. I think the first part of my report is something the council is already aware of, but I want to be sure that the residents in attendance are made aware of this. That Fire Station 2 reopened on August the 7th and is now providing service 24/7. So we're real pleased to do that. The second part is that we lost another firefighter today. He resigned. So that takes us down to 27 firefighters on the department, which is a 31% decrease this year alone in the fire department staffing. So we are attempting to do the best we can to provide a service with the level we have. End of report.
Thank you. Law Department, Mr. Montello.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. No report.
Police Department, Acting Chief Poplarchin.
Thank you, Madam Chair. During the month of July, the Police Department responded to 2,163 calls for service, which brings us to a total of 15,340 calls through August 19th. So obviously we're on track for a pretty busy year. In that vein, and I know I brought it up at numerous meetings before, but I'll say it again, our bike thefts are up, and our B&E's to auto thefts from auto are up as well. Again, I ask the residents, please, if you have children or if you have a bicycle, please lock it, secure it. If you have your vehicle parked in the yard, even if it's parked in your garage, please secure your vehicle. I can't tell you how many of these occur because the vehicles are unlocked or the bicycles are left unlocked and unattended. You'll be doing us a favor, doing yourself a favor as well. Our department conducted an OVI checkpoint on August 15, 2014. During that checkpoint, our department made 19 arrests, including 1 felony and 3 operating a vehicle under the influence. We also recovered 1 loaded firearm from one of the subjects who was arrested during the course of that operation. So once again, the checkpoints have been effective and useful for us in the community. We'll talk a little bit about the traffic cameras, a hot topic, I'm sure, for everyone. First, I was invited to participate in a traffic camera meeting held by Councilman Brownlee, along with Mayor Trevor Elkins from Newburgh Heights. Thank you for the opportunity to participate. Also, thank you for the thank you note that you sent. I didn't receive it. I also thank the members of council that were there as well, and anybody who showed up at that meeting. I think everybody was there, whether you like them or whether you hate them. It was informative and it got the message across, and it brought a lot of information out and answered a lot of people's questions that perhaps they otherwise had. Related to some of the questions that came up, I did get some clarification from OptiTraffic, our company, regarding one of the main issues, which was the posting of signage within 300 feet of the cameras themselves. After talking with the OptiTraffic representatives and reviewing the ordinance states that the signs need to be posted within 300 feet of a fixed camera location. Because our cameras are not fixed locations, because they are mobile devices, it is not a requirement to have them posted within 300 feet. There's no signage requirement for that. Having said that, in order to cooperate in a spirit of cooperation, in the spirit of following the letter, if not following the letter of the law, at least the spirit of it, we have moved the signage to within 300 feet of those mobile devices, and when we place the mobile devices in the school zones in the month of September, which will be my next topic, we will post the signs accordingly as well. Also, one of the biggest things that seemed to come out from the residents that were in attendance or the non-residents was simply the lack of information that was passed out ahead of time. We discussed that, and I can assure you that as we move forward and make these other cameras, put these other cameras out there, no matter what happens down the road in terms of any petitions or anything, we will give better notice than we did last time. We'll make sure that you're aware of those locations are. As a matter of fact, we will be placing them in the school zones early in September. I'll make sure that you get 2 weeks notice before they actually go live. I'm going to tell you right now where they're going to be, so if you have your pens and pencil handy, you may want to write these down. Okay, they're going to be our school zones, I'm sure, on Dunham Road and Lee Road. And while I can't give you the specific locations because OptiTraffic itself needs to come out and make an assessment of the site, they will be between Janus and Summit on Dunham Road, Janus and Summit, and they will be between Broadway Avenue and the police department on Lee Road. So that's a much smaller zone there in terms of what it is. The number of cameras have yet to be determined, although my guess is going to be that there will be 2 placed on Lee Road for both northbound and southbound traffic due to the number of lanes, and there will be 1 on Dunham Road. And the reason for that simply is because due to the high volume of traffic going in and out of the schools, it's almost unnecessary. Nobody's going to be speeding or breaking the speed limit trying to get in and out of those schools. And for any of you who live on that side of town, you're well aware of that issue as well. Also, in light of the cameras, we did have a unit vandalized over the weekend. Someone physically moved it from its paths, placed signs on it. I guess what I would caution you is that we anticipated this may happen or something like that would. I will tell you that that is an act of vandalism, and there's probably felony vandalism due to the cost of the units themselves. Again, if you don't like things, you have methods available to you to take in order to get things done and change them. I will tell you that we are actively conducting an investigation into that. We will prosecute to the fullest extent of the law anybody damaging the cameras or doing anything to them, and the cameras themselves will be under video surveillance from now on. So if you're interested in doing something like that, I would caution you not to. On a lighter note of that, someone did place for sale signs in front of that same camera today. We did not get any calls though regarding that. For those of you who live in the areas of the cameras, whatever your thoughts again, they have had a significant impact on the traffic in those areas. They have slowed things down. Whatever arguments are against them, they do a much more effective job. It's no slam on my police officers. It's simply a matter of time and available resources. As the fire chief said, they're down 31%. We'll be down 25% by the end of this year from the beginning of the year. And that's only counting the ones that I know about. In terms of retirements, people actually, I have a number of officers on other lists who are looking to seek employment elsewhere. And it's just the way things are with the current situation. We hate to lose them, but we can't conduct the enforcement activities and the methods that we used in the past. This is a very effective, actually I would say almost more effective, because there's no getting out of anything with these folks. I mean, you get caught, that's it. And there's no, you pay the piper. And it's the way it is. I mean, it slows people down. It has had a significant impact on the traffic. Lastly, this weekend I will be attending the District 6 community meeting hosted by Councilman Trujansky, and that's going to be at the Maple Heights Library at 11 a.m. And immediately following that, I'll be going to Councilwoman Agee's back to school rally, and it begins at 12:30 p.m. at 5333 Warrensville Center Road. So if you're planning on attending, I will be there. I look forward to meeting all of you, and that is the end of my report.
Thank you, Chief. Human Services Department, Mrs. Gopal.
Thank you, Madam President. Our department, the Human Services Department, is pleased to announce that the Cuyahoga County Senior and Adult Services has awarded us another, added to our grant, $17,600 to help provide congregate meals and transportation in the city of Maple Heights to seniors and disabled individuals. I made Irene smile when I told her that, so that's a good thing. So that's from now until the end of the year. That's in addition to the approximately $49,000 that we received from them already. So we're very happy about that. A little bit along the lines of what Chief Popolarczyk was saying, we've had a significant increase in vandalism again at our parks. I have a couple pictures here, and it's good there are children in the audience, but these were these, you can come up and look at them later. Our concession stand and restrooms in Stafford Park were tagged by a number of young people. They were painted not only on the outside of the building, but on the inside of the building, on all the floors in the restrooms and the walls in the restrooms. Picnic tables were painted, vandalized, turned over, and just, turned over in all of the pavilions. Unfortunately, and I really, it is to me very unfortunate, that this time there is significant reason to suspect that this was done by children of our community, young people of our community, and that's very distressing to us. Again, we need your help. If you see any of this occurring in the parks or anywhere in the city, in the department, in the Parks Department right now, we have one full-time employee and one part-time employee. They're responsible for keeping the parks clean. They're responsible for cutting the lawn, for keeping everything good for the pavilion rentals on the weekends. It's very difficult to keep on top of not only the refuse that is left in the parks on a daily basis, every night. It's you've heard of the movie Groundhog Day. It's like Groundhog Day for this 1.5 gentlemen who have to clean the parks every day. But when it reaches this level, it takes them a long time to make these repairs, and it makes it very unpleasant for the residents of the community who follow all the rules and enjoy the parks and enjoy the facilities that we have. So, please keep your eyes open and call the police if you see any of those types of activities. Thank you. We're going to have a popular event in the city is the citywide garage sale, and that doesn't take a lot of manpower for us. It's going to be held on September 11th, 12th, 13th, and 14th. You hold the garage sale at your house. There's a cost of $5 to participate. We do all the advertising. We get the permits for you. We put signs at the end of your street, and you get rid of a lot of stuff that's been laying around in your house and make a few dollars. So if you would like to sign up, I have sign-up sheets here for you today, or if you'd like to take a flyer, they're on the back, and you can stop into this department Monday through Friday from 9 to 5 to sign up if you'd like to take part in that. Also next week on August 28th in cooperation with Marymount Hospital and South Point Hospital. Here at the Senior Center from 4 until 7:30 will be a health fair. There'll be various health screenings and some speakers, exercise programs. It's all free and provided by South Point and Marymount Hospital, and in conjunction with Mayor Lansky and the members of City Council. So we hope you join us, take advantage of it. All the screenings that you take part in, none of them need you to do any fasting. You can come in and ask some health professionals some questions that you may have. Thank you, and a report.
Thank you, Mrs. Bocan. Finance Department, Ms. Small.
Good evening. Basically, all summer, since April and May, we've been working on 3 audits, budgets, and also the fiscal plan, as most of you know, was due in Columbus by August the 8th. We were timely and had that submitted, approved by this body on August the 4th. So we're trying now to finish the 2013 audit, which is due in Columbus on August the 31st. We've been very busy, basically taking all of our time. Thank you, and the report.
Thank you, Irene. We now welcome the residents, the citizens' comments, and remember that we do not respond to you. You're welcome to hear what you have to say, but we cannot respond to you at that moment. You need to give us your name and your address, and you have exactly 3 minutes to present whatever you'd like to tell us.
Linda, L-Y-N-D-A, Pettit, P-E-T-I-T, 18905 Maple Heights Boulevard. I am appalled that people are complaining, picketing, signing petitions, and whining about the traffic cameras. The bottom line is people disregard the speed limit, putting themselves and others, maybe someone you love, into danger. If you speed, you are breaking the law. You deserve a ticket. There's already a 10-mile-per-hour leeway before you receive the ticket. If you don't want a ticket, don't speed. Forgive me, but wouldn't it be wonderful if this program actually helped slow people down? I still, said this in the beginning, I still want one on my tree lawn. Maybe it would have caught the man who thought 25 miles an hour was too slow on Maple Heights Boulevard. And he blew past me, and the car that was in front of me stopped at the stop sign. Many people want to have the freedom to do what they want without any consequences. I know people are concerned that we didn't have enough notice. I saw the signs posted, I saw articles in the neighborhood news, and I heard it here at the council meetings. As a responsible citizen, you can contact your council people, come to the council meetings, read the neighborhood news, and find out what's going on in your city. Thank you.